Well, if you haven't gotten a school zone speeding ticket by now, consider yourself lucky.
The cameras have been cropping up all across Georgia, and while they're designed to slow down traffic, some lawmakers want to throw them out altogether.
Fox 5 team reporter Johnny Edwards has been reporting on problems with speed cameras for over a year now and has more on those efforts at the state capitol. Johnny?
Well, a state lawmaker, Dale Washburn, calls these systems entrapment, a way to rake in money, while some drivers call the systems just downright confusing. Every morning, Denise Atkins passed through Stonehogan Connector Road on her way to work.
This is my regular route to work. I actually work 7 days a week.
That drive took her by this set of cameras, watching her pass, clocking her speed, and photographing her license plate as she rounded a corner near Continental Colony Elementary School in Atlanta.
Never had any problems for a long time. I work in the mornings till later evening.
Then one day, a surprise at home.
I checked my mailbox and realized I had tickets from the very beginning of October, like right around the 1st of November. And I was like, okay, one, all right, fine.
Atkins ticketed for going 36 in a 25-mile-per-hour school zone. But look when that ticket was issued, 2 weeks after she sped through that area. That's 2 weeks of continuing to drive through the school zone with no idea she had violated the speed limit. And that citation wasn't the end of it.
I got one ticket, and then a couple of days later, I got like 2 at the same time, and then it kept coming like every other day.
In total, she got 8 citations, all just days apart for speeding around 8 a.m., totaling over $900 worth, an amount she says she can't afford.
Denise doesn't dispute that she was speeding, but she still thinks the system is unfair. And her situation brings up a debate about whether these cameras are the best way to slow down traffic.
Do you think these cameras might be a deterrent to speeding in school zones?
I do not think they are. If you want to slow traffic down in a school, the best thing to do is have a patrol car sitting there and people will slow down.
State Representative Dale Washburn, a Republican from Macon, says he's been hearing too many complaints from his constituents. While Denise isn't one of them, he's heard stories like hers. A 2018 state law made it legal for cities and counties to use cameras instead of police officers to catch drivers speeding through school zones. Since then, camera systems have been popping up all across the state. Just last year, a series of Fox 5 team investigations uncovered thousands of invalid speeding tickets issued across Metro Atlanta because of timing issues. After our stories aired, drivers were reimbursed over $500,000. Attempts to change or even eliminate school zone speed cameras failed in the legislative session last year. But with a new session around the corner comes new efforts to make changes. Washburn now leading that charge.
Well, the bill that you plan to introduce, what will that do?
It will outlaw that system in Georgia. This is designed to entrap. It is designed to rake in vast sums of money, and it's wrong, and it's time for us to do something to protect the citizens of Georgia from this.
Just in Atlanta alone, where Atkins got her ticket, the city has raked in over $3.7 million since August 2023, according to records obtained from the Atlanta Finance Department. A private company, Vera Mobility, that runs the cameras, gets $25 per citation paid. The rest goes to the city and the school district.
Vera Mobility is not alone. We've examined contracts across the state and found other private companies like Red Speed and Blue Line Solutions generally taking about a third of each violation paid.
But not everyone sees these cameras as a problem. Dr. Ashley Rose-Toomer from the nonprofit Give School Kids a Break says the cameras do lead to lower speeds and less incidents. She describes some drivers' complaints as outliers and says she hopes legislators will look at the big picture.
The reality is, I really hope that legislators will consider the data when making decisions about automated enforcement in school zones. And I hope that their primary concern when introducing legislation related to automated enforcement is about student safety. And that's really all we can be concerned about.
I'm going to be carrying several bills this session, but I do not have a higher priority than this bill because this is wrong. This is not about safety. It is about entrapment and raking in vast sums of money.
Representative Washburn says he does expect a fight from lobbyists over his bill. As for Miss Atkins, she says she's not opposed to enforcement. She just wishes the signage was clearer. She tells us she now takes a totally different route to get to work, and she's trying to get a court date.
Yeah, don't blame her for that. Now, did she say that she would have slowed down had she known that she'd gotten a ticket in the first place?
Oh, she said she absolutely would have slowed down. And, we've checked this school zone out, and I can see how it's a little bit confusing.
The signage?
Right. It creeps up on you around a sharp curve. The school is a little bit removed from the street. It actually goes off another street. So, I can understand how someone living their life might say, well, I didn't realize I was in a school zone. But the signs are there, though, at the same time.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Johnny, thanks.
Johnny, thanks so much.
Thank you.